Okay, hi everybody. I'm John from World Volunteer. I'm the lead facilitator on the Elephant Welfare Program for May, and I'm just going to run you guys through a quick bit of information that I think is going to be really helpful for you guys before you arrive. So let's get started. So just a quick bit about myself and my friend Kwong. We're the ones that designed this trip originally. It's just been going for a few months now, actually. So you guys are one of the first groups to actually partake in the elephant program. But we first started to working together at an elephant sanctuary in Chiang Rai in 2018. And myself, I've worked with elephants in 5 different countries in a number of different capacities. Here I am squeezing the pus out of an abscess on the back of an elephant named Ruby here in Cambodia. So we have a lot of experience with elephants, and we put a lot of work into making sure that this program is really authentic and genuinely going to help the sanctuary and help these elephants here. So a bit about where we're going. The name of the area is Mae Win, Thailand. It's about an hour and a half outside of Chiang Mai. You can see this little star on the map down here. It is a majority of Karen people living in this area. Karen are a hill tribe classified by the Thai government. They're originally from Burma, but a lot have come over in the last 100 years to northern Thailand, and a lot of them brought their elephants with them. Karen people have a very long history of working with elephants. They've been working with them for hundreds and hundreds of years. So it's very important in their culture. And now a lot of them based their livelihood in this area of Mae Win on elephant tourism. So there's a lot of elephants and a lot of Karen communities here, but you can also see there's a lot of farms and forest. It's a really beautiful natural area, so perfect area for elephants and sanctuaries as well. So elephants have been used by humans for well over 2,000 years. In Thailand, they're obviously very important. They're a huge part of the culture. You see elephant signs and symbols and artwork and actual elephants everywhere you go around Thailand. They're very sacred in Hinduism, Buddhism, and a lot of the ethnic religions of the region, but they've actually never been domesticated. To domesticate an animal, it takes long-term breeding in captivity to breed their wild genes and features and behaviors out. But elephants are very hard to breed in captivity. It's only actually a very recent thing that they've been able to successfully do it really within the last 20, 30 years. But that means that these elephants in captivity and in tourism are genetically exactly the same as elephants in the wild, like in national parks. But think of like a dog and a wolf. You know, those are two completely different animals now. Elephants are the same. So that means that to train an elephant for tourism and for human contact and working with humans, it takes a lot of violence and a lot of abuse because it's not something they naturally want to do. They're naturally very afraid of humans. They don't want to interact with humans. They don't want us to touch them, even though that's really fun and enjoyable for us. But traditionally, elephants were just taken out of the wild as babies and then trained and basically broken in captivity and not bred. So there is still a lot of abuse and a lot of really bad treatment of elephants in captivity all around the world, but especially in Southeast Asia. We'll talk quite a bit more about this on the trip. So, what is a sanctuary? That's actually a really hard question. There's not a set definition. So, anyone can call themselves a sanctuary. That leads to a lot of confusion, and that leads to a lot of visitors to Thailand going to places that might sound nice, but actually are still abusing and hurting elephants because it's very hard to tell what is legit and what's real, and tourists want to go to nice places. So they try, but there's a lot of misinformation. So for myself and the people that I've worked with, we consider a sanctuary to be somewhere where elephants are the absolute priority. Their care is top tier and not the needs and the satisfaction of the tourists or the visitors. Sanctuaries can still bring in visitors to make income to provide for the elephants, like you see here. This is where we're going, actually. But at no point should the tourists get in the way of the elephant's well-being. The best sanctuaries are hands off. They don't let visitors touch elephants, and they try to give the elephants as natural a life as possible. So that means a lot of area to roam around in, graze, free to eat when they want, sleep where they want, drink what they want at any time, and have that freedom of movement and not have tourists and visitors get in the way. That being said, though, because the unfortunate reality is most of these elephants will never be able to be released into the wild, they still need humans to take care of them. So traditionally, elephants in Asia have a mahout, a trainer. In work, this guy is responsible for training the elephant to do labor and to do tricks in circuses and things. But in sanctuaries, this is their nanny, it's their caretaker. So still very necessary to have a guide that's with them all day long that can make sure that they're eating enough, drinking enough, getting all the medical care that they need as well. So we're going to meet the elephants' mahouts at the sanctuary as well and get to know a bit more about their stories and their lifestyle. So where do we fit in? If they already have caretakers, what can we actually do to help? A lot of places, basically lie to tourists and say, "Yeah, come be a mahout for a day," but that's actually not helping the elephants at all. They already have people to take care of them. So we talked to the sanctuary and asked, "What can we actually do to help?" And they said, Food production is the biggest issue that they have, and this is the same with pretty much every elephant place. Elephants are huge. They eat a lot, obviously. They need tons of food, and most places don't have the ability to let the elephants roam around and graze naturally and get their food from the forest. So they have to ship in tons, literal tons of food every single day. So we started partnering with the local Karen village right next to the sanctuary and asked if we can work on their community farms to help grow more produce for the elephants. So we're going to be growing cucumbers, pumpkin, all that good stuff that's healthy for the elephants. And then the sanctuary can get a bit of a discount by buying it from the local community, and the community can get a little more income as well from selling that produce that we're going to help them grow. So everybody wins. So what are we actually going to be doing? We're going to be working on the farms, weeding, hoeing, clearing land for the pumpkins, the cucumbers, the other plants. We're going to be possibly making trellises for the vines and everything to grow up on. And we're also going to be transplanting bamboo from the forest into a small nursery that we've built. And that eventually will be replanted on the sanctuary's land so that the elephants can graze more naturally and get more food from the wild where they should be getting their food. So to help them live a little bit more of a natural life as well. So quick overview of the itinerary, because again, we're going to be in two different groups. The order of the days for one group is going to be slightly different, but you're still going to be doing all the same activities, so don't worry. Day one, we'll arrive in Chiang Mai, go into our guest house and go through a quick orientation about the country, where we are, but also health and safety and kind of the itinerary and the schedule for the rest of the trip. The next day, we'll head straight out to the sanctuary and spend the whole day there. So the morning, we walk with the elephants while they're out grazing in the forest. Then in the afternoon, after lunch, the elephants come down the hill and they go to a little feeding area that you can see in this picture. So we help make food for the elephants before they come down, and then we watch them eat all the little snacks we made. And then we'll also prepare vitamin balls full of good stuff to help their digestion and different things as well. Head back to the guest house for a really fun bonfire that evening. Then the next day, the work begins. So we'll come back out into the village and we'll go to community farms and we'll be doing all that weeding and digging and planting that we're going to need to do for the elephants. The next day, we'll do the nursery work in the morning, transplanting that bamboo. And then in the afternoon, we'll have a weaving workshop and see how to make some traditional Karen clothes. And then we'll also have a cooking class where you can learn how to make some traditional Thai food as well. Then the next day, we're heading out. And on our way back to Chiang Mai City, we'll stop at Poo Poo Paper Park. It's a place where they take elephant poo from all the different elephant centers around Chiang Mai and they recycle it and make it into paper and handicrafts. So you guys will have a chance to make that. Then we'll hike to a waterfall after lunch and spend the night at the night market, giving you guys a chance to try some local snacks and get some souvenirs if you like down there. Then We have one last morning in Chiang Mai to go around explore. We'll probably visit a really cool old temple, and then it's back to Singapore. So, whirlwind trip, but we're going to pack a lot into these 6 days that we have together. Before you guys arrive, we have a few jobs for you guys to organize. So, this is a cast trip. So, our cast project partially is going to be making a blog or kind of a mini documentary about the trip. So, we'll divide you up into 4 teams, and we'll have more information on the task of each of these teams. But in basics, number one team will kind of be storyboarding and in charge of planning what the actual video and vlog is going to look like. Team two, you guys are going to work out how to create that vision, what methods, what camera shots and angles and things to use while the other team is filming. Team three will actually be in charge of taking those shots, bringing their phones or cameras to get the footage, and team four putting all that footage together, editing it, adding music, making it nice and pretty looking as well. So that's going to be pretty fun. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with there. And it's not all work. Like I said, we've got weaving, we've got cooking class. We're going to go to the waterfall. We've got a lot of fun activities as well. So this is a picture of the weaving class. The local Karen ladies are really excited to share with you guys a bit of their culture, and it's really fun to give it a try as well. Here's your flight. So, like I said, we're going to be split into 2 teams. So, we're going to have 2 slightly different flight schedules, but you guys will all be doing the same activities. So, don't worry about that. And that's about it. I'm sorry I talked pretty fast, but if you guys have any questions, I am here for you. I'll be in contact with your teachers, obviously. So please, please, please let me know if you need to know anything else. We'll have more information that we'll be sending to you guys as well momentarily. But for now, I hope this helped, and I'm really excited to see you guys in May.